Hey there, YouTube and Wooper Club fans, it's me, Fruit Taco, bringing you a follow-up to our WCL 16 Finals video. This season was a gym leader themed season based loosely on the video games and how you'd play them, where each coach drafted a regular team but also put together a monotype gym team, which would be their choice of singles or doubles. During the regular season, coaches challenged each other's gyms, and then after the playoffs saw the Newport Noctowls become the season champion, we thought it would be fun to see if they could make it through our own Elite Four, made up of the 4 most successful gym leaders during the regular season. The Elite Four built new teams of 6 Pokémon, matching their gym type early on in the playoffs, so they didn't yet know who they would be facing. Because players can prepare for the Elite Four in the game, and to help balance it a little bit, the Noctowls did get to see those teams and then build one team that they will use to challenge all of the Elite Four with. The Noctowls don't know the items that the Elite Four will be using, but the sets of each Pokémon are known to them. Similarly, the Elite Four will be watching the challenge together and are allowed to share information that they learned during their matches, such as things like learning movesets or investments. The Noctowls are allowed to change items between matches, but that'll be it. Can our latest champion take down 4 coaches with just 6 sets? Well, let's take a look at what is going to be coming from all of the coaches, and then we'll see how it all went down. Kicking off the challenge will be the Rite of Egg with their normal type team. Ditto is actually really interesting in this challenge because she can share the movesets that she copies with the rest of the Elite Four. Normally, the Elite Four would only learn the moves that the Noctowls reveal in the match, but Ditto will give them full information on the movesets of things it copies. We then have offensive Hisuian Zoroark, Indeedee, Meloetta, and Mousehold, with Terra Captain Sinistra who must Terra into normal type with a little bit of bulk in it. In the coach's own words, she mostly took the cute ones and then gave them leftovers, so we'll see how this actually works out. And if the Noctowls make it past them, then next up will be the Agrons with an electric team. Standard Vikavolt, Dual Screens Aleki, Offensive Terra Captain Raging Bolt, Swords Dance Iron Hands, and then bulky Zapdos and Rotom Wash. We'll have to see how the electric team is able to deal with the Noctowls' Star Garchomp, but the coach of the Agrons is a pretty great coach, so we'll see if they're able to pull off a win. After the Agrons will be the Psychic team of the Hungry Hypnos. Iron Crown, Terra Captain Armarouge with Power Herb Meteor Beam, Scarfed Indeedee, Max Attack Screamtail, an Oricorio Pow, and Banded Hoopa Unbound. The Oricorio might be a little bit of a meme, but the rest of the team sure isn't, and with all that power, they might be able to break through the diverse sets that the Noctowls have to bring to counter the rest of the Elite Four. If the Noctowls can triumph over 3 battles, though, they will face the Corinth Phalanx, who are the most successful gym leader this season with their Dark-type gym. And you can certainly see why when they have powerful Pokemon like Ting-Lu, Terra Captain King Gambit, Chien-Pao, Grimmsnarl, Greninja, and Darkrai. Pretty standard sets here, but these Pokemon are all powerhouses, and the Noctowls having to come up with strategies for all 4 members of the Elite Four might not be able to weather that storm of power. So what did the Noctowls bring? Remember, they saw all 4 of those teams but don't know what items will be on any of those Pokemon, and they will have to use the same 6 sets in each battle, only being able to change their own items. We can see they left Tornadus and Whimsicott on the bench, which makes sense. Whimsicott was much more useful in any double battles during the regular season, and even though all 4 Elite Four members happen to run doubles gyms, for simplicity's sake and to mimic the games, the Elite Four is all single battles. Tornadus also doesn't have a particularly good matchup into any gym, so I think leaving it behind is solid too. They ended up with offensive Garchomp running Earthquake, Scale Shot, Swords Dance, and Substitute. I like the versatility of this set since it can run Band, Scarf, Loaded Ice, or other items very effectively. Next is Annihilate with a mix of bulk, offense, and speed investment, running a fairly standard Rage Fist, Drain Punch bulk up set with U-Turn. Bulky Scizor with a bit of speed, probably for something in the Dark matchup, with Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, and Brick Break for the 2 dual screens sets that they'll be going up against. Some very nice tech there. Offensive Primarina with Surf, Moonblast, Draining Kiss, and Flip Turn with potential Torrent boosts. Mixed defensive Alolan Muck with Knock Off, Poison Jab, Drain Punch, and Haze leans a little on the specially defensive side, but offers great versatility. And similarly, Rotom Heat with mixed bulk that ends up slightly bulkier physically, with Overheat, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Light Screen for the powerful special threats that will be coming. This team plays to the Noctowl strengths that won them the championship. heavy HP investment on everything except the Garchomp, powerful offensive sets with enough bulk to respond to any situation. I think that's really a great strategy to go for here, and the number of different items that each of these sets can function with adds to that ability to adapt to each Elite Four member. Let's see how far they'll be able to make it and jump into their first battle against the Rite of Egg. Alright, so here we have the Noctowls going up against the first Elite Four member, the Rite of Egg, with the normal type team. We're going to see Scizor come out into the Meloetta. Oh, but a Shadow Ball does a lot of damage, a little suspicious with the Life Orb, and then U-turn will reveal that that is in fact the Hisuian Zoroark. Muck going to come out, be able to take any special hit really that this wants to go through. Threatens it with a big knockoff U-turn, going to do some damage there and bring out the Ditto. It's going to learn all about this Muck. Knockoff is going to take the Scarf off though, so now we've got one Drain Punch from a Muck, and followed by another Drain Punch from a Muck with a nice little crit there. And then another Drain Punch, it's 3 punches, and 4 for 4 on the Drain Punches. Annihilate is going to switch in here for free on the Drain Punch. Nice play there by the Noctowls. Bulk Up, gonna start boosting up. Knock Off will boost Rage Fist, but also get rid of that Ghost Resist Berry. Drain Punch gonna heal almost all of that back, but Haze will get the stat boosts off. Meloetta switching in U-turn. Oh, but it's resisted. That's the Zoroark again. And Scizor is going to come out. Protect to Scout, and we are going to see Bullet Punch just trying to pick up the KO there. Muck here, switching back out to it. Shadow Ball, not going to do a whole bunch. Then Hyper Voice just barely avoids picking up the KO there, but Life Orb will take it out. Indeedee here now, and we're just going to let the Muck go down. Hyper Voice easily going to kill it. Now Garchomp here, Scale Shot, 1 hit. 2 hits for half, and unfortunately that is it. It does get the speed boost. Expanding Force doing a lot, but not being able to take out the Garchomp. Protect here, we're going to get a little bit more healing. We see the Noctowl switching to the Earthquake for extra power. Going to be able to take out the Indeedee, and then Sinistcha will come out. Does have to Terra here. Earthquake doing just about half. Machagacha will miss, though. That would have easily KO'd the Garchomp there. Going to see the Terra Ground and the Protect. Terra Ground, of course, boosting that Earthquake, so it definitely gets the KO. Even with that extra turn of lefties, able to pick up the KO, and then Ditto is going to come out. Noctowl is a little scared of the speed tie, but of course when you have a Primarina that walls anything this Garchomp can do, easy. Moonblast coming out does just under half to the Meloetta, the real Meloetta this time. Protect going to Scout, get a little bit more leftovers recovery on it. Going to see Psychic come out, do a little under half, pop the balloon, and then Moonblast doing another 47% to that Meloetta. Protect here for, again, some more leftovers recovery. Moonblast, just spam it here though. Psychic brings the Primarina low, but Moonblast will finish off the Meloetta. Mouse Hold here going to Scout. We see Surf come out, switching things up from the Noctowl side. Tidy Up, trying to make something happen here, but the Torrent-boosted Surf now will pick up the one-hit KO. Ditto here, but it loses the speed tie, and that'll wrap up a nice little 5-0 there for the Noctowls to start off their Elite Four run, and we'll see them going up against the Agrons next. Okay, here is match 2. We're going to see Rotom into the Vikavolt. Nice little probably prediction there by the Noctowls. Zapdos comes out. Going to take okay damage from that overheat, but will recover a little bit with the leftovers. Rotom Wash now going to come out as Light Screen goes up for the Noctowls. Volt Switch there, going to chip the Rotom and bring out the Alola Muk, who behind screens absolutely eats that Hydro Pump. Volt Switch here going to pivot out to Vikavolt for the Agrons, finding a chance to get up webs. Knock Off comes out, getting rid of that Focus Sash in 2 ways. Poison Jab going to get the poison as webs do go up for the Agrons. Another Poison Jab going to finish off the Vikavolt as Black Sludge will bring the Muk back up to full health. Iron Hands comes out, Knock Off, going to knock off the leftovers. Swords Dance there, going to get a boost before Haze actually is going to get rid of it. Drain Punch still does 45% though. Switching out to the Rotom Heat though, another Swords Dance goes up. Will-O-Wisp is going to negate that, though. Drain Punch still going to do 40% at effectively neutral, though. Volt Switch here, going to bring out the Annihilate. The Speed Drop is going to trigger the Defiant boost, and Drain Punch easily going to be blanked there. Drain Punch does 45% before Thunder Punch does 46% back. Rotom Wash out here, though, as Drain Punch is going to come out, do half, get some recovery, but the Rocky Helmet will negate most of that. Drain Punch again picks up the KO, but is managed by that Rocky Helmet. Regieleki here, Garchomp coming out, Reflect goes up for the Agrons. Here is the Raging Bolt, as the substitute is shown from the Noctowls. Terra Electric, Earthquake still going to do half to that, before Dragon Pulse will break the substitute. Terra Ground again to get the extra power, make sure no low roll lets that thing live. Now we have Zapdos out here. Rotom Heat going to switch in, easily take the Heat Wave. U-turn from the Zapdos is going to bring out the Regieleki again. His Light Screen goes back up for the Noctowls. Light Screen in return for the Agrons, and Volt Switch is going to bring out the Garchomp again. Rapid Spin, going to do a little bit of chip, get a speed boost, but the rough skin damage as Swords Dance goes up for the Garchomp. Light Screen went down and goes back up for the Agrons as Earthquake easily takes out the Lucky, and now Zapdos is back out. Scale Shot misses for the Garchomp, and Roost is going to bring that Zapdos back up to full. Scale Shot gets a crit 1 and 2, and up just 2 shots this time. Heat Wave going to do actually decent damage now that the Terra Ground means Garchomp doesn't resist it. Another 1 and 2 hits from the Scale Shot, just 2 hits again. Heat Wave bringing that Garchomp low, but no burn means the Garchomp should 1 hit, 2 hits, and still 2 hits. Okay. And Heat Wave hits, so the unluckiest Garchomp in the world goes down. There. But here's Primarina. Now the Noctowls know that Zapdos doesn't have an electric move, actually, so we're going to see Moonblast there, gets the cheeky special attack drop. Thunder Wave comes out, gonna try for some Parahacks to give the Agrons any kind of hope of pulling off at least a better loss than this. Big Moonblast coming out, U-turn from the Zapdos, out into the Iron Hands. Moonblast will easily kill the Iron Hands, though. Zapdos back out, but without the special attack drop, roosting back up to almost full, but the Moonblast will bring it down to under half again. Another roost for the Zapdos, and there's a paralysis on the Primarina. The Agrons just seeing how many of those they can get, and if they can bring down any more of the Noctowls Mons. Heat Wave going to keep coming out, but Moonblast there, not paralyzed that time. Another roost from the Zapdos, just trying to see if it can get lucky. It certainly did against the Garchomp. Another roost. No para there, keeping that Zapdos. Oh, with another special attack drop. Heat Wave doing absolutely nothing after that. Moonblast going to come out and just pick up the KO for another pretty easy 5-0 for the Noctowls. Halfway through the Elite Four Challenge now. Now we're moving on to the Hungry Hypnos and their Psychic team. We're going to see Primarina go out there into the Screamtail. Rotom Heat going to come out easily, be immune to that Thunder Wave, Knife Switch there. Wish going to be safe there. Light Screen, Armarouge coming out. Volt Switch will do decent damage, bringing out the Garchomp, but the Wish will heal it right back up. Switch into the Screamtail, who is going to take decent damage from the Earthquake there. Hard switch back into the Rotom, immune to Thunder Wave, and resists that Play Rough. A very excellent switch into Screamtail here. Hoopa Unbound coming out. Will-O-Wisp going to miss, but the second Will-O-Wisp is going to land. Hyperspace Fury still doing a little under half, though, thanks to that Choice Band that is on that Hoopa. Volt Switch going to come out, bring out the Alolan Muk, who resists the Hyperspace Fury, easily takes it. And then one more Hyperspace Fury getting off some extra chip damage, but Knockoff will easily take out that Hoopa. Iron Crown out now. Tachyon Cutter hits once, twice, almost KOs the Muck, but a big knockoff will remove the choice specs. Tachyon Cutter will finish off the Muck, and now Garchomp comes out. Garchomp outspeeds, will get the KO there, and bring the Indeedee out. Scarfed Indeedee going to do a little over a third to the Garchomp, but Earthquake will just take it right back out. Terra Psychic on the Armor as another Scale Shot miss. Oh my gosh, this is the unluckiest Garchomp. Still resists, but takes a quarter from the boosted power of the Meteor Beam. Scale Shot hits once and twice. And only 2 more hits. Just bring dice. Bring dice. He goes down to Psyshock, though, baiting out a Psychic move, going to take out the Rotom. We're stalling out the Psychic Terrain here. Baiting out the Psyshock again, brings out the Scizor, who eats its Citrus Berry, and now Terrain is gone. Bullet Punch comes out. Half defense on the Armarouge means it easily goes down. Oricorio Pow now takes 1 Bullet Punch, gets a little chip with Air Slash, but will go down to another Bullet Punch, and that is unfortunate there. Bullet Punch does a lot to Screamtail. A Thunder Wave! How many pairs can the Screamtail get? Not a 1. Goes down. Much closer here this time, a 3-0 for the Noctowls, and honestly, if that had been Terrain Extender on the Indeedee, we could have actually potentially seen the Hypnos win. That Armarouge was going to be doing huge damage to everything else. I think with the Terra and the Terrain, it had moves that could OHKO everything. Of course, we did see that the Noctowls could play around that with some switching, trying to stall it out, but it would have been very, very close, I think. But anyway, that is 3 Elite Four members down, only 1 to go. Will the Noctowls be able to pull it off? Okay, here we are, the final match, the final Elite Four member. The Corinth Phalanx and their Dark-type team going up against the Noctowls here. Can the Noctowls pull it off? Let me see, Scizor, nice strong Bug-type into the Dark team. U-turn gonna come out, do almost half to Ting Lu. Dang, and Rotom Heat is going to come out on the rocks. Darkrai is going to switch in now as Light Screen goes up. Hypnosis will land, though, so that's 1 turn asleep for Rotom and the Bad Dreams damage there. Switching out to Grimmsnarl as Muck comes out, actually. Scizor going to be a nice double out there into that. Reflect going up for the Phalanx as well as Light Screen, but a Swords Dance from the Scizor. Taunt will stop any more setup, but Brick Break gets rid of the screens and does good damage before Bullet Punch finally finishes it off. We're going to see King Gambit here for the Phalanx. This is actually a pretty scary situation. Scizor has the ability to OHKO King Gambit and Ting Lu with Brick Break. Terra Steel Bullet Punch is, of course, KOing Chien-Pao as well as OHKOing Darkrai. I believe the Greninja can barely live that, but this is a Scizor that's just doing absolutely huge damage to the entirety of the Phalanx team. You can see Terra Dark Sucker Punch going to come out, but the Scizor is just outside of KO range, and Brick Break easily gets the KO there. Chien-Pao out here now, interesting choice. Gonna switch to Primarina, fearing the Sucker Punch coming from, but a nice Icicle Crash, aggressive play there. And then Psychic Fangs brings the Primarina low, heals with a Citrus Berry, and then Moonblast brings the Chien-Pao down to Sash. That makes sense now. Gonna sack the Scizor to the rocks as Icicle Crash comes out, and now the Annihilate is out here. Psychic Fangs with a crit, but the Pyapa Berry will mean that it just does a little over half, and Drain Punch will pick up the KO there, finishing off Chien-Pao. Greninja here now, Terra Ghost, and Surf is going to come out and actually KO the Annihilate. Muck now comes out, going to take big damage from the Surf, but a big knockoff is going to knock off the Choice Specs there. Ting Lu going to switch in now, as Poison Jab comes out and does get the poison off of the Poison Touch. Rotom Heat switching back in, but a nice double there from the Phalanx, getting more Bad Dreams chip onto it. Primarina out now into the rocks as Nasty Plot, and this is actually very scary now. Muck here can take one, but definitely not two Dark Pulses. Another Dark Pulse going to pick up the Muck, and actually this could be it for the Noctowls. Garchomp takes the rocks. Dark Pulse here. The Garchomp barely lives. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Finally, this is a lucky Garchomp. Gets 4 hits and narrowly missed the roughly 31% chance to get O-Code by that Dark Pulse, as well as missing a flinch chance. Earthquake will bring the Tinglu low, but thanks to Heavy Slam, the Garchomp will go down before chip damage brings Tinglu out. Rotom out and Greninja here. Surf, can it get the KO here? No, just barely. And the Rotom wakes up on the second turn of sleep, taking out the Greninja. And oh my gosh, that was actually really, really close. The Noctowls certainly using up all the karma they got from missing all those scale shots earlier to get some luck here finally. Like I said, the Garchomp was about a 31% chance to be O-Code by that +2 Dark Pulse after rocks, but it lived, and then also did not flinch. Then here at the end, the Rotom on its second turn of sleep was a 50% chance to wake up, and that Surf actually was a 50% chance to KO where the Rotom was at. So a 1 in 4 to both live that Surf and wake up to be able to KO the Greninja. The Primarina was still around, but weak, and the Greninja did have Sludge Wave, so if that Rotom did not pull it off there, that would have been a win for the Phalanx. But, man, congrats to the Noctowls on making it through the Elite Four. Absolutely terrible scale shot luck right up until the end there, where they finally got some nice hits off. But, you know, they cashed that in, like I said, for that luck there at the end to pick up the win in the end. Some fun facts for you here. In the Elite Four matches, the Noctowls used Scale Shot 8 times. They missed twice, got just 2 hits 5 times, and finally on that last one got 4 hits for a total of 14 total hits. Statistically, on 8 scale shots, you'd expect to get over 21 hits. So they were way, way below the average there. And on the flip side, Hypnosis hitting from the Darkrai here brings it up to hitting 6 out of 7 times overall this season for an 85% accuracy above the listed 60% accuracy it's supposed to have. It was a lot of matches to look through, so I don't know, maybe I didn't catch some uses, but dang, this was the season to invest in sleep. I hope you liked our fun little Elite Four challenge here, and congrats to the Noctowls for being the first coach to beat our Elite Four challenge. The previous time we did this format, I actually ended up in the Elite Four and was able to take down the challenger mid-run. Check the description for a link to the Noctowls YouTube channel where they cover their participation in several draft leagues, and be sure to like the video and subscribe so you can be here when our WCL 17 coverage starts in January. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.